Miss Laura here. Today is a very special day that we call Holy Thursday, or some people call it Maundy Thursday. It's a day when we remember three special things that Jesus did. He was having the Passover meal with his disciples, and he took bread, and he lifted the bread up, and he thanked God for it. He blessed the bread, and he gave it to his disciples, and he said, "Take and eat. This bread is my body." And they all ate some. And then he took a cup of wine and he said, "Take and drink this, all of you. This is my blood." And he gave them all a little bit of it. And those were very special things that he was doing. He was showing his disciples what was going to happen to him later on the cross with his body and his blood. And we do this at church. We do something called communion when we go up and take bread and grape juice at our church. Some churches do wine. And we are remembering what Jesus did. Well, this was him explaining to his disciples what he was going to do before he even did it. The next thing that he did was he took a bowl of water and he took a towel and he went around to each of his disciples and he washed their dirty feet. Their feet were dirty from walking on dirt roads all day in sandals, and so they were stinky and smelly and dirty. And he washed their feet like a servant. He was showing his disciples love and care. And he said, "I want you to do this for each other too. I want you to serve and take care of each other the way that I'm serving and taking care of you right now." And so after that, he and his disciples got up. They sang songs or the hymns of praise to God because it was a special day. They were celebrating the Passover. And they celebrated God and praised him. And they went to a garden called the Garden of Gethsemane. And when they were there, Jesus was praying, and he asked his disciples to pray with him. But they knew that things were not right. Something was wrong, and it made them so sad. It felt like a dark cloud was over them. So they were so sad that they fell asleep. It was late at night. They couldn't stay awake to pray with Jesus, but Jesus stayed up and he prayed. And he prayed 3 times to God the Father that God would not let Jesus be crucified, killed on the cross. But finally, Jesus said, "If this is what you want, God the Father, if this is your will, I will accept it. I will do what you want." And so soldiers came, led by the religious leaders, and they arrested Jesus. Now, the religious leaders are people that we today might call Bible teachers and pastors and leaders, and they didn't like what Jesus was teaching, and they didn't think that Jesus was really special or who he said he was. So they had Roman soldiers arrest Jesus. And it was a very sad time. They arrested him in the Garden of Gethsemane. And so at home, you can act out the story that I've just told you. You can get bread and grape juice, or we just have water. And I've used crackers. Whatever you have to act out some of the things that you've heard in the story. A bowl of water, a towel, and you can get a pair of stinky feet at your house and wash somebody's feet or your own to remember the big thing that Jesus did. He cared for his disciples and showed them love. He told them, "I'm giving you a new commandment. Love one another like I've loved you." And commandment in another language is where we get the word Maundy. So that's where Maundy Thursday comes from. Holy Thursday or Maundy Thursday. And so you can act out some of the things we've done today. Now, this is a special message for parents now. Holy Week is such a serious time. Usually, I suggest that we try to do things to make Holy Week very special and serious and somber so that children can learn about what Jesus did in his final days. But this year is different. It is already so dark. It is already so serious and strange and different, and we feel disoriented. And so I am suggesting and encouraging to you to do whatever you want to do to make more joy and more lightheartedness and more silliness at your house. So have a basketball game with balled up socks in a laundry basket. Make a really tall Lego tower and have a contest to see whose tower is the tallest, and paint and draw silly pictures and just have fun. Enjoy being with each other and try to just embrace this time of being with our family so much. So there will also be a Holy Thursday service from the Mission Viejo campus, and that will be on their Vimeo page, and the link will be at the bottom. So follow that to follow along with our service for Holy Thursday. So please know that Amy and I are praying for you all as families, and we miss all of you so much. And that's all.